Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be reviewing a rec review, or doing a rec review rather, from Give Me Some Fries, who's sitting at around 1200 elo. We're going to round it up because his opponent's almost 1200. And we're going to see what's going on. So he's playing against the Vietnamese, he's up against the Franks, and he told me that I can roast him a bit. And he said that he always goes for expo timing, but a common problem is he gets cleaned up by knights in early castle age, and then it snowballs from there. Alright, so he's going to play towards expo timing, and he gets cleared up by knights. So I guess he already spoiled the game. Thanks for that. What am I wasting my time watching this? I already got spoiled. But it's okay, because this is not about entertainment. This is about learning. And I'm going to push this on YouTube as well, most likely, just because I feel like a lot of you guys out there are 1200 or below, respectfully. Respectfully, I don't mean that as an insult. It is a good elo, to be fair. And a lot of you guys are probably struggling against or with similar concepts. And on top of that, I actually recommend the Vietnamese as a civilization for a lot of beginners and new players. So this is going to help the 1200 elos, and this is also going to help the beginners and the new players that we have, because I think Vietnamese is a good civ to pick up. So with all that said, let's go ahead and take a look at this man's Dark Age and see where we go from there. So far, so good. One thing I will say, though, you put 3 on wood. Now, if you're planning to go for a fast feudal, this should be 2 on wood in modern day. It's just way better. And you're going to go for the chickens, which I definitely like. House before chickens makes a lot of sense. So far, so good. Your scouting is also quite good. You actually missed these 2 sheep, but it's just unlucky. Yeah, your scouting was good, but, you know, you just missed them. It happens. But overall, yeah, pretty decent Dark Age. No idle time so far, and everything looks pretty good. So, cool. Yeah, no complaints whatsoever. So we're playing towards expo timing here. And what that looks like... Wait, why are we going back with the scout? Oh, you want to check the black stuff here to see where your cows are. And your opponent somehow runs into your TC as well. Okay, that was surprisingly good. It's crazy that you're aware that you're missing 2 cows. Damn. I don't know. For some reason, I would just imagine you to not be aware of that and just, like, I don't know, not come back for it. So, actually very impressive that you came back for it, and you're going to get rewarded by finding your 2 cows here. Damn. W gave me some fries. That was good. That was freaking good. Man, this guy and his food. He traveled across the entire map to get some food, bro. I'm not touching this guy's fries, that's for sure. So he's gonna go to the wood. I hate this, by the way. This is absolutely horrendous. These traveling trees are 4 tiles away from the town center. So you're so far from the town center. She went to the lumber camp. She's like, it's probably faster this way. But yeah, just 8 on wood, please, on the lumber camp. It's not hard. Like, you know what I hate about this? Is that it's just so easy. You just throw 8 villagers there. It's not that hard. You know what I mean? I see so many people overcomplicating it. They're like, Hera, what if I just put 5 and then I put 4 on the stragglers because I have this specific style? But just put 8. Just put 8. I'm not saying you're doing this. Give me some fries. You probably just did it by accident. But I was coaching H-Rock like tons of times as well. And H-Rock also has just had. He talks about economy, talks about politics, talks about math and numbers, and he can't put 8 on the wood line. Sorry, H-Rock. I didn't mean to roast you, but shout out H-Rock, of course. But good guy. Not a good counter, though. So you put 8 on your wood line. It's just so much better. And that's just like the minimum, right? You just want to have 8 there to afford the minimum that you need to play Feudal Age, basically. So I would say that's the first mistake. Second mistake here, probably barracks a little too close to the gold. Yeah, I would say a couple tiles further forward, wall in front of the gold, because right now archers and scrims can sit here. This is a common mistake. We see this all the time. But we've actually done a nice loop around our opponent's base. Take a look at this. This is a perfect loop around the opponent's base. We've hit Feudal Age at a good time. Honestly, Dark Age, it was really not a bad Dark Age, all right? I would say it's even pretty good. I'd rate it like a 2.5 out of 10, all right? Compared to a perfect one at 10 out of 10. Obviously, you got a long way to go, but not too bad, all right? I'm obviously being a little harsh. It's closer to like a 6 out of 10. But, you know, still, there's a lot of efficiencies that could be a little bit better. But overall, you did what you had to do, and I liked it. It was good. Archer range coming down. I like the positioning. I think your plan is to wall down here, which is absolutely perfect. Walling up here and here. Beautiful setup of the map. This is really, really good. By the way, do you remember you still have a scout? I mean, listen, you're idling it. I suppose it's better than sending it under your opponent's town center like your opponent did. But it's always weird to see this for me, because aren't you a little curious to see what your opponent's doing? You know what I mean? just a little bit. Like when I'm playing, I'm just like, bro, wait, what's my opponent doing? And you should have the same thought. What the hell is my opponent doing? He's Franks and he probably has a stable, right? But it's still worth it to check. Oh my goodness, this guy's abusing the chickens. Holy. This guy got a family bucket at KFC and he brought the entire family, that's for sure. This guy's staying far away. Look at this guy. This guy's not even looking at them. He's like, bro, freaking there's a feast going on there. I'm staying far away from that. But yeah, very inactive with the scout, and it's gonna hurt us. So now we just don't have any idea that scouts are coming. We have an idea because he's Franks, but I don't like you to play blind like that. We're gonna defend with the spear, which is really good. I love that you have the spear position there. That's beautiful, like really good. Yeah, that was brilliant. Keep doing that. Always put spears defending your walling villagers. I think there's a hole there, by the way. Yeah, there's a hole there. My advice, actually, generally speaking, is to not house wall on hills. I think Palestine wall on hills and house wall the flat ground, just because there's always holes. But yeah, I think overall good start. You might not move your scout for the rest of the game. I've given up on that guy. I have given up on that guy. And oh, look who finally joined the party. The other 4 vills on wood. And now, I'm so mad at you. We're going to abuse the barriers like the other guy was abusing his chickens because we don't have enough wood to farm. And I wonder why that's the case, man. This is a mystery. I'm going to call the smartest person I know. Let me get MBL in the case, guys. He's going to solve this one for us. All right, so here's the thing. You're not playing bad, but once you optimize, your early game, it's gonna be something so simple that's gonna make you play better. It's easy to fix, and it's gonna make you play better and let you focus on like the harder things in the game. And this matters, man, because now you gotta send more to wood. I mean, you're actually idling these, which is unfortunate. I'm not pointing it out because that's just a mistake you made. You know that's a mistake, but it was like unlucky. But yeah, now you need more on wood to make your farms. But right now, let me explain this concept. Actually, it's a really high level concept. We don't want more on wood now. We want more on wood earlier so we can get the farms now. What happens is if we put more on wood now, then we don't need that much wood. So we're gonna get a lot of wood, all right? Then we're gonna make our farms. We're gonna feel happy, but then we're gonna have a surplus of wood. So what's gonna happen is you have 2 options. Either you have a surplus of wood and you float it in the stockpile, or you start pulling villagers off wood again, which just means that you're wasting so much walking time, right? So that's why you want the 8 on wood initially, so you get all the wood you need to play the early game, and then you also have consistent farm production. And again, 8 is just a reference. If it's 8, 9, maybe 7, maybe 10, it's all good, but it can't be like 4, which is what you had, or 5. You know what I mean? So yeah, just keep that in mind, because this is a mistake that I see a lot of people do. And what this does is you have a slow castle time. So when you hit castle age around 22 minutes this game, don't look at me, okay? I would hit castle age in like 19 minutes max in castle age with this build, by the way. Not to flex, obviously. I don't review these games to... I'm so much better than 1200. Look what I can do. But it's just to show you, what the ceiling is looking like. You know what I mean? The ceiling is quite high. You got 19 minutes. And it's just... You can get a lot of things done. I expect you to hit around 22 minutes, maybe 22:30. But by the way things are looking... Oh my goodness. Are the villagers walking back from the woodline, or am I hallucinating here? What is going on? At least you know that I'm spitting the truth, At least you guys know this now. It's like I have you guys as my witnesses. Okay, they left the hole there. It's actually hilarious. I hope you realize that. And you're moving out here with some archers, which is good. I like that you move out and then you went back. That's good, actually. I like that. So you move out, you see the skirms, and then you go back. And this is what we're trying to see here. So we can go back here. And I just want to give you an option here. We don't have to commit to archers once we see the skirmishers. All right? So once we see our opponent is on skirms, we have an option. We can commit to archers and go for the crossbow timing still. And it's not bad to do so. Or we can actually get off archers and do something else. Like, for example, you can go for a night transition yourself, even though it's not great versus Franks. But it is an option that you can do that to counter the skirms. Or you can mix in knights while going archers, like 2 ranges into a stable in castle age. Or you can go siege. You have so many options, basically, to deal with these skirmishers. I just want to point out some of those options to you. But being cautious right now is important. Even right here, I would say that this is way too risky. Like, your opponent's walled. You know he has skirms. Right now, just go back to your base. Because there's no point of staying out here and risking losing your army when you can't do any damage anyway. Your opponent's walled. Also, your opponent has 19 villagers on wood. Holy. All right. It is what it is. All right. I'm going to fast forward a little. We're going to go up to castle age. And I think, look at that. You're up to 19 minutes. You're up. I think you will be exactly 22 minutes, by the way. All right. Hey, you're taking a fight, but this is not a good fight. So again, yeah, you had to go back. 3 archers and a scout. You owe me. You owe me 3 archers and a scout. To be honest with you, because now I'm pissed because I told you to go back and you just stay hovering, and now you lost 3 archers and a scout. So our uptime, our castle age, is going to be 3 archers and a scout weaker. And the scout doesn't matter. His mother never loved him anyway. But the 3 archers I really cared about, man. We're playing towards expo timing. This is important. 4th archer. Oh my goodness. All right. I like that we're going to patch that hole. I hope we don't die to it. I hate when I'm watching a replay and the guy dies to a hole. It's kind of like ruins my immersion, you know? But okay, we send the 3 spearmen again. It's like we just send them to the front lines. It is what it is. They're useless anyway. Again, I just some armies more equal than others, and that archer, man, is he gonna get past it? Don't tell me. Oh my goodness, that's insane. That's insane. What you just did is you just walked back. You walked past a police station, illegally carrying a weapon and having like 3 tons of cocaine in your backpack, some of it spilling out. And the police just didn't say anything to you. They just let you pass by. They didn't care. They were eating donuts on the side. It's crazy what just happened there. We got away. No, dude. If you get away a second time. Yeah, okay. The police woke up now. All right. Fair enough. Listen. Up to castle age. 22 minutes. Exactly. I called that. I called that. Give me some respect in the chat, guys. I'm not streaming, actually. Damn. I'm not streaming. What a shame. 22 minutes, though. Pretty good. But actually, pretty bad. You need to be hitting faster than this. I'm sorry, man. Like, I would say, because you're doing 1-range archers, you're doing very passive feudal age, so you should be hitting castle age as fast as possible. Your opponent is still slow, but here's the thing: I don't want us to compare our gameplay to Argot 21. You know, no disrespect. You know, Argot's got some skills. He's got some wood as well. He's got a lot of wood, but we want to be comparing our gameplay towards what is theoretically the best and trying to get as close as possible to that. And that is something like 19 minutes castle age. I think that's something that you have to keep in mind. What could be interesting is maybe at the end of this replay, I can actually show you a build of me doing the Vietnamese Dark Age and show you, or like Dark Age Feudal Age and show you that I can get 19 minutes. I don't know if that's relevant. Actually, I won't do it for this one, but let me know in the comments below if that's interesting. If I can like redo the same build as the guys I'm coaching and show you just how much they can get their time down. If they wanted to. All right, anyway, let's talk a bit more strategically here. So you get up to castle age, you go ballistics first, which I recommend. All right, you have a talent center, which 9 out of 10 professional players recommend. So this is good. All of this is solid, but then you go over the siege workshop. Now, my advice here is I don't think you should forward siege versus a guy that's likely to be on knights. Forward siege is reserved only to a guy who's playing skirm cav archer, who's playing cav archers, who's playing only skirm and defense. A guy who's playing 3 stable knights and you go with a forward siege workshop, I don't know. It's just not. It's not something that's gonna work out. There's no way this is gonna work out. And what's gonna happen is this is gonna sap your wood. It's gonna force you to. This is gonna force you to take fights in the middle because you want to defend your siege. But those fights are gonna be bad for you. All right. And also our crossbow timing was a bit weak. We didn't really get anything done. Credit to our opponent, actually. To be honest, Argot 21, this guy might be better than Mr. Yo. Look at these house walls. This is fantastic. Credit to the opponent. House walls was amazing. I'm not even being sarcastic. Those top tier house walls prevented you from getting damage. But here's what I want to tell you. I'd rather you be on the 3rd town center now instead of that workshop. That workshop monastery here, it's not very good. Pikemen as well? Bro, it's like, this is like you're diversifying your assets, but like you have $1 and like 1,000 different stocks. Like nothing's hitting. You know what I mean? A siege workshop, we can't afford to make a mangonel. Monastery, we make one monk. Bless your heart. 1 barrack, few pikemen, naked, no upgrades. Look at these guys. These guys are going to be looking at the night charge, and they're going to be the first ones to go down. They're not going to do anything. And the crossbows is the only thing we have that actually has any kind of respect on the streets right now. Scrims are coming out, which is good. All right, so scrims are coming out. We have the archers. We're going to have to fight on the hill because we have the siege here. This is not a good fight, for the record. He's about to get +2 armor. He's got a lot of knights. And I just want to say, if there's no siege workshop here, there's nothing stopping you from running away. You run away, the knights will chase you, you kite the knights away from the skirms, and you'd probably make it back home. You might lose a little bit, but you'd make it back home. I just want to point that out. But because you have the siege workshop in the front, you have to fight here. And I would say it's actually correct to fight here, because if we're going to go for the workshop, we have to defend it, right? Or else we're just down. We're down big. Problem is we can't defend it, right? So I don't blame you for taking this fight. I blame you for sending in this replay. It's an abomination. I'm kidding. I'm not going to roast you that hard. No, I don't blame you for taking this fight. It's not a good fight, but you actually do a decent job of it. And it's really the mistake is making the workshop. So here we're going to get cleaned up. We're going to get cleaned up. The pikemen, pikemen were offside, to be honest, but they were not going to do anything anyways. But do you know why it's bad to make these 2 pikemen? We invest into the upgrade, and it's like they just do nothing. Wait, they literally do nothing. Wait, they got 1 hit. 1 hit? For like 300 resources. That's crazy, man. You know, that's not a good trade. And also, you don't really want pikes when the guy's on skirms anyway. So, like, by the way, what this game should have looked like is you move out your crossbows, you put pressure, and then instead of this nonsense, you have a 3rd TC. So after the pressure's done, you have like 80 vills to 52. And all of a sudden, you're winning the game. That's what it should look like. Keep in mind, crossbow timing, guys, the whole point of crossbow timing is that you put your opponent in a bad position no matter what he does. So he either underreacts and dies to it. You put your opponent in a position where either he underreacts and dies or takes heavy damage, or he reacts accordingly like Knight Skirm, and that's too costly for him. He falls behind in economy. And so you can pull ahead in economy and then kind of play behind your walls, because crossbows is an insane defensive unit. So it's really good on offense at the right time, but it's not good on offense now. Like now, late Castle Age and moving out right now, you're moving into like the freaking streets of Detroit. You want to, at midnight, you want to be out here by yourself? Are you kidding me? There's knights and skirms here. You got to go back. This is horrible. And you're actually taking decent fights, by the way. Like, credit to you. You're actually fighting well. You're kiting well. You're hitting the low HP knights. You're doing a good job. But it doesn't change the fact that it's bad to be out here, because if your opponent was better, he would move his skirms towards you, hit, run, chase you down, and win the fight handily, all right? But this is typically what happens at these, you know, 1,200 games, even up to like 2,000 elo. Your mistakes don't get punished, so you don't know their mistakes until you send in a replay to me and I point them out to you, right? But truthfully, this is probably one of the best replays you could have sent my way. This is really good. I feel like I'm covering a lot for you. You're gonna add in some ranges. This is extremely good, extremely high level. Adding in some barracks and ranges. You do this, you know, later in Castle Age, because now we have more villagers. Therefore, we can afford more army, which is really good. A lot of people make the mistake. They stay on 2 ranges for the rest of their lives. It's like a guy who's like eating McDonald's when he's 15 because he's got no money. Then he becomes a multi-millionaire, still eats McDonald's. It's like, bro, go get some steak. You know what I mean? Leave the McDonald's. You know, you've outgrown that. So again, we're outgrown the 2 ranges, but he knows this. He's adding in ranges, he's adding in barracks. This is fantastic. This is really good. I just wish we were on a 3rd town center. I feel like our economy is not that strong. It's not as strong as it could be, despite us having a 15 villager lead. But again, that could really be like a 40 villager lead at this point. So now we're back behind our base, which is honestly where I wanted you anyway with the crossbow. And I would have liked to do that before we lost the 15, 20 crossbows outside, to be honest. And yeah, Vietnamese have Fire Lancer, by the way, which is really good. So like instead of that pikeman nonsense we did earlier, just stay on crossbow, 3 TC boom, go back, spam Fire Lancers, and then you move out with crossbow Fire Lancer with like 100 villagers. You would destroy the Frank player. The Franks came out in what, 1999? Are you kidding me? The Fire Lancer is a 2025 unit. We should win. Just based on sheer novelty. But yeah, no, it's tough because now we're getting pressured hard, and we don't necessarily have the economy to get the right spam out that we need. But you're still playing well, actually. So credit to you again. I think you take fights pretty well. Like you patrol, you know when to back off. You know this is a good fight because it's a choke point. You're actually producing a lot, which is great. A lot of good qualities on you. I see a person here that can hit 1,400. Pretty quickly once this coaching session hits, and once this rec review hits. So yeah, you're doing okay. All right, you're doing okay, but take a look at how fragile your economy is becoming. You're kind of tied on this corner. At this point, you'd really love to explode and push out, but you don't necessarily have the economy to do so. My recommendation here is to just mass as much army as possible and just go for a forward castle, because we have a real chance to win the fight here with a double gold comp. And the forward castle can get us back some respect, because right now your opponent lacks a lot of respect for you. He's just taking every fight he sees, you know? And he's winning them, unfortunately. Yeah, we just needed more. Perfect comp, by the way. Perfect army comp. We just need more. We're getting cleared up, and now we can't go for the forward castle. Honestly, this game I think might be donezo here. Let's fast forward a tiny bit. When it goes for ballistics. Holy. Oh my goodness. This is a guy that gets his lumber camp's value. Like, he paid 100 wood from this lumber camp. He's getting every last tree. He's going to go for this one. No, just wait. This guy is getting max value from that lumber camp. Castle at the back of our base. I really don't like that. You know what you're trying to do here? You're trying to expand. So a castle, even inside your walls, it's better here so you can poke out and take the stone, right? This is what you're trying to do with this castle. This castle, what's this castle doing? It's not bad because it depends a lot of your sensitive economy. But right now your goal is to expand. So generally speaking, your first castle wants to grab space on the map. This is like your third castle. You know what I mean? This is like, my name is Viper and I'm entering late game. Let's make a defensive castle. You know, because he kind of invented that and it's a really good playstyle. He'd do it on a hill though, to be honest. But for you, my friend, for the first castle, you want to grab some space. And for everyone, really. Okay, we're making double gold comp, so now we're struggling on gold. This is not a problem. I mean, it's a really big problem, to be honest. But it's the least of our concerns. We have a lot of problems right now. But yeah, you have to go outside to the golds, but you don't know about them because we don't have good scouting. It's fine. I'm not really mad about that. What I'm mad about is that at this point, we haven't been able to push out with all the gold that we've spent on our army. So, like, we could sell for more gold here, but the way I see it is, if we haven't pushed out at this point, I don't see a reason for you to suddenly be able to push out now. Because your opponent's caught up in vills, he's still making the same army. So if we didn't win at this point, I unfortunately expect us to lose this game. Just because our situation is not actually getting better. The best of our days are behind us at the moment. I'd love to be proven wrong. Let's see, Squire's coming in. Taking another fight again. Use the market though, brother. Yeah, use the market. Because you don't want to be floating this much res. You don't have a market, eh? Yeah, use the market. At least give yourself a chance, right? Sell a bunch of food. Maybe go up to imp or maybe just spam more lancers. And yeah, unfortunately we did lose. Yeah, because our best days are behind us, like I said. Like if you haven't managed to win at this point or to push out, you're not going to win now when, you know, the situation is much worse. Listen, I think I covered so much information in this rec review. I hope I made it funny and entertaining. I tried my best, really. I brought out my best jokes for this one. I really did. But, you know, it's always hard with the chat because, like, I make a joke, look to the chat, oh, nobody's laughing, you know, it's a bad joke. Bad joke. But if I do it on YouTube, I have no way to judge until I get roasted in the comments or I get praised in the comments. Let me know which one it is. But I do feel like I called pretty much everything in this replay. So I hope I get even a slither of respect from my commenters. I called the castle age. I called, what else I call? I called, you know, having a fight in the center. I called him losing at the end. I called a lot of things. But anyway, it's not about me. I'm egoing this for no reason, by the way. Give me some fries. Listen, my advice to you, obviously I give you a ton of advice throughout the rec, but my ultimate advice here is to perfect the early game. All right? Dark Age is decent. Perfect the feudal age, all right? No BS. Just get the right vills on wood. Get the fast castles. Are you on my Patreon, my brother? Get access to my Patreon. I swear to God, my Patreon videos are the freaking best. You go on my Patreon. There's a video titled "How to Always Get the Fastest Castle Age." That's a gold mine. Go watch that video on my Patreon, all right? And I know you got the money because you paid for this rec review, and this rec review is worse than the Patreon, all right? Although this is good, it's going to open up your eyes, but the Patreon's where I want to send you, my friend. So check out the Patreon. It's a paid service, of course, but I recommend it to everyone looking to get better at this game. I have a video titled "How to Multitask and Play Faster." That one could also help you. There's 20 plus videos there, light cavalry tier, by the way, on top of the build orders and whatnot there, which I think you have access to because I think you're using them. But yeah, check out those videos. They're going to really help you out. I want you to perfect the Dark Age and Feudal Age, and then in Castle Age, I want you to start thinking of your strategies there a bit more. But start with the Feudal Age, because it doesn't make sense to think about Castle Age strategy when we're hitting Castle Age at 22 minutes, when you could be hitting at 19 minutes. And by the way, at 19 minutes, I don't think our opponent's full house walled. Let me take a look. It's just a little experiment. 22 minutes, he was house walled. We all saw it. 19 minutes, all right? 19 minutes, he's pretty house walled. Okay, he's pretty house walled. Listen, there's a gate. I was getting excited at first, but he's pretty house walled. It wouldn't have changed anything. But again, the point is you pressure, force a reaction, boom, 3 TC behind it with a monastery. Maybe grab a couple relics, scale towards that late castle age. Boom, start spamming fire lancers. Maybe play towards that forward castle. Everything's good, but you just do it with a much better economy. All right, guys, this was like information overload. I provided everything I can. Let me know if you guys like these videos. Again, like the video, share it with people that want to get better. Rec reviews only hit YouTube if the views are nice. Otherwise, I don't put them on YouTube. So make sure the views are nice. And enjoy and give me some fries. Have a good one, bro. I genuinely wish the best for you. I hope you can get to 1400 and beyond. Take care, bro. Take care, bros. Peace.